What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with 15 Minutes of Fame coming at you with yet another fantastic interview. Guys, this one we have to go all the way back to the very beginning of 15 Minutes of Fame when we first were introduced to the wonderful music of Lexie Modica. And today we have them right here discussing a brand new upcoming single and who knows, maybe some other cool stuff that's coming along the way as well. Lexie, thank you so much for joining us today here to discuss your fantastic music.
Hey, yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's awesome to be here.
I'm so excited. As we talked about, I've been following your music since July of last year when I started 15 Minutes of Fame. So to have you here today, it's something really special, and I can't wait to talk to you about what you've got going on. First question I wanted to ask you is you've kind of been on a tear in 2025. You've released three new singles. You're about to be releasing a fourth single. And this is all after 2024 when you released just one single, your debut. How does it feel to see your work published and available for everybody to hear now?
It's so amazing. Like, I don't know, like when the first song came out, it felt so like pivotal. Like this is now like I'm now like a published artist. And then after I did that, I thought, oh, now I gotta like really get on it and like because I got all this song, all this music that I want to get out. Now I have to actually work on it and get it out. Like it's not as like every single time it doesn't feel like that first time anymore. So I'm like, now I just gotta like work on it and release what I'm excited about. And I was really excited to work with. So the first song I worked on with a producer named Marty Lee, and he was really wonderful, and I really love how that whole song turned out. And then after that, he recommended I go to Minnehaha Recording Studio to work with a guy named Tony, and so we worked on 5 songs together, and so we did them all at the same time, and they were all done around the same time, and so we've just been like doing like bang 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 like all singles like one after the other. So I was really hoping that I would have a lot of time to like promote each song individually. So I wanted to get as many done as I could. So that's what I did for the the rest of the ones that are coming out now.
Right on. That's awesome. So that would explain why there's been so many subsequent releases. That's really cool. And talking about your releases, I just mentioned that there's about to be a fourth single release, Bite the Apple. What can you tell us about this release? When can we expect it?
So this song, "Bite the Apple," is yeah, I think you're right. It's my fourth one. I like for some reason it feels like
Just
it's wrong.
just for this year, it'll be
Just
your
for this
fifth
year, it's my
altogether.
fourth
But
one.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, yeah, this year has been crazy. So this song "Bite the Apple" is coming out on September 5th, on Friday. Um,
Awesome this week. Yeah.
yes, I know, so soon. And I'm so excited for it. This is actually one of my favorite of my songs, and I've been really excited about it for a really long time. So I was waiting for the fall to have it come out because it really feels like a fall song to me. So
Perfect.
it's
Yeah.
finally time.
Apple pie,
Yes.
apple, bite the apple. Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to releasing new music, I've also noticed. So you've actually got a pretty open social media where you're open about your career and what you're doing and everything. So you've been pretty active in playing live shows. Uh, do you like the recording release process more, or do you actually prefer performing in front of an audience?
You know, I That's a really difficult question. Oh my gosh. Like so of course I love performing and I started performing like that was the first thing like I did and I loved being on stage from a really young age and that's something I've always done and always been comfortable doing kind of which is like really weird about me as a child. I loved being on stage and I loved the attention and I loved singing. And so like that I would have said that was my favorite but when I went into the studio and was singing it's so fun and I love being in there and like getting to like really dive into like every specific like harmony that I want and like being really intentional with everything. So I've really enjoyed the recording process as well. I don't know what I would say is my favorite. It feels like I shouldn't like put aside the live performance, which I've done like my whole life. But I do think recording has probably become my favorite of the two.
Hey, this isn't sports ball. Ties are acceptable here. So yeah, absolutely.
If I could be in
Um,
the recording studio all day, I think I would choose that.
oh yeah,
Really
yeah.
fun. I love singing. I love recording myself singing. I'm one of those people that doesn't find it weird to listen to my own voice.
Oh wow. Yeah. That
So
I can't relate to that because I hate my my
yeah,
own voice in recording, but
yeah, I understand.
you're one of the exceptions to that one. That's cool though. That's cool. That's honestly that's a nice little tool to have in recording because if you can get past that criticism of yourself, you can get some real work done. That's awesome.
And I think like from my start as a opera singer, like I did that for like I did that for like 8 years now, like just singing opera. They get you so used to taking criticism on your voice. I'm so used to if anybody tells me anything about my voice, I don't take it personally. Like my voice is not me, it's my instrument. So I'm so like
Mhm.
that has been so helpful to me actually.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, "Oh, it'd be nice if you did this instead." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'll try that." Like that's great. Like I really like having feedback about my singing because it's something that I don't like take offense to at all. So I don't
You
know.
don't have that defensive reaction to like, wait, what
No,
do you mean I like that?
what do you mean? My singing?
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really awesome. And then so talking about the live performances, recently I watched a video of your performance at a Pride event. I know that's something that's very special to you, being a member of the LGBTQIA community yourself. In one particular video, there was this lovely couple that actually proposed while you were performing. How does it feel to know that your music will be cemented into the foundation of that moment for the rest of their lives?
Oh my gosh, that was like the most. Oh my gosh, that's probably my favorite moment of the year. It has to be because I that when that happened, like they reached out to me and I felt like oh, I can't tell anybody about this. This has to be a surprise. And I was so excited about it. I'm like this is amazing. Like first of all, I had no idea anybody listened to my music enough to be like, oh, this song is really important to us. We want to propose during that song. First of all, it was crazy to me because that song I think
Yeah,
maybe only once or twice before, so it's not really something that you could like go out and find very easily. So I'm like I was just like blown away by how they like that song was special to them enough for them.
that's awesome.
So like that was the first thing, and then just being there and planning it with her while she was like keeping it a secret from everybody. I was just like I'm so bad at keeping secrets. This is the thing about me. So like I feel like I told my family and I was just so excited about it. Like they know if you ask them, like this is like I was excited for the Pride event, but I think I was
Yeah,
more excited for this
more excited for that. Yeah.
for the proposal. Like I was just waiting. And then when I was on stage and we were like at the last or the second to last song, because this one was going to be or no, this was the second to last song. That the Emily was the second to last one.
Oh, okay.
And then they said like, okay, one more song. And I was like, no, two more songs. And I felt really bad, but like we had this whole thing planned and I'm too talkative and I made the thing go on too long. And I thought, just this one time I'll be the bad musician and ask that I can go a little bit longer on stage for this special moment. So I feel bad and I'm so sorry to the Rainbow
I
State.
think I think all is forgiven though. you you helped solidify the eternal love of a couple. They can let you play one more song.
Yeah, I hope so. And then I'm so glad they did because we did that song and then we did Honey Lavender Mint right after, which I thought was a great ending for the whole thing.
Great ending.
We got to jam out. It was
Absolutely.
so fun. I really missed that. That performance was, I think, one of my favorite of the year for sure. Maybe the favorite
Absolutely.
of my career.
Yeah, that's one to highlight for sure. And you mentioned Honey Lavender Mint was the song that you closed on. That's actually your most recent release. How's the reception been for that song as you've now seen it? It's been about a month now that it's been out. How's it feel having that one out there?
Oh, it's been so great. I think Honey Lavender Mint, when I wrote it, I'm like, this is the song of the summer. Like I have to have this out at summer. It's gonna be playing everywhere. I'm like, and if it's like if people don't hear it, that's my fault. I got to get people to hear it. So I was like, I decided to do like a bunch. That's how I kind of decided to like be posting every day like I am
Mhm.
now, is because I want people to hear my song, and I'm going to play it like even and be annoying about it. Post it every day because I want people to know this song because it's really important to me, and it's such a beautiful song. It's kind of funny the way that I wrote it too, because I was like, I think I was with my girlfriend, and we had gone to bed like really, really early for some reason. We were super tired at the end of the day. And we woke up at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and we were just like not tired. And so I picked up my guitar and was just like playing a random thing. And we were like kind of out of it because it's the middle of the night. And I was just like, I call my girl Honey Lavender Mint. And it was like, what is this? Like, I don't, nobody calls their girl Honey Lavender Mint, first of all. That's way too long to say. I've never called her that. But
Well,
the emotion behind it and the like the feeling of it really stuck with me, and I was like, I have to finish this song, and it was really important to me to do that. So I'm really glad I released it. It's been I feel like it hasn't really changed for me, the feeling that I have with that song specifically.
well, it's interesting to hear that story because I really thought that the lyrics were so unique and original that I thought that it really had some true staying power. And I think you're right about the posting every single day too. I think we as independent artists, we've kind of discovered that we also have to become content creators as well in order to have our music out there. And I think one of the unified success stories that you hear from artists who've been discovered through social media is keep posting your music, keep posting your music. When you feel like you're wearing people out with it, continue to post it, like, and now, we're seeing different bands and different artists start to have success with that. I think that there's definitely a method to that, and you're doing really well. I personally, I like your music, so I enjoy seeing it every day, and I think it's a great way to have more people find it. So you're eventually going to hit some algorithms. And if you have something that's original and unique, like Honey Lavender Mint, that's not going to be like something that's riddled with cliche and something that they've heard 1,000 times before. I
Mhm.
think that's really kind of the ticket to crossing over and having something go more towards a mainstream platform. Um, and so you have now 5 releases to date. Is that right? Am I getting? Oh, well, on Friday will be 5. So right now, though, you have 4 releases to date, and each one has a completely different feel. We talked about Home last year, your first one, which was more of a folk-oriented song, like with a violin and very acoustic. Then you had The Bitter End, which released in the spring. Was kind of almost like an alt rock song in
Mhm.
some places. Then we had Faces in the Sun, which I thought had like this oldies, almost 50s swing to it. That was really interesting. And then now you've got Honey Lavender Mint, which we just talked about. It's a little bit more of an, I would almost call it like an indie rock, but maybe it's like an indie folk, indie pop, kind of almost a fusion in that regard. And then we also talked about you studying as an opera and classical vocalist while you're in college and before that. So where do you draw your inspiration from? Because it seems like you're very comfortable with a lot of different genres. What would you say most inspires you?
Man, let's see. I think like just what I'm listening to, because I feel like my taste in music has changed a lot over the years. I think going through like music school, I've gotten like a chance to like be introduced to a lot of different kinds of music. And even before then, my parents were really musical. So my dad was he was in a rock band when he was a teenager, and so I have like that whole his influence of like he really loved rock music when I was younger, and I listened to it all the time. I don't know the names of all the songs, but I know the songs when I hear them. And then now he plays jazz guitar, so I hear like jazz music all the time.
Oh, rock and roll.
Yeah, yeah, jazz and rock are like the his side. And then my mom
Yeah.
my mom was a country singer in her 30s right before I was born. And so I heard a lot of like 90s kind of like country ballad songs a lot. Like those were my favorite kind of songs that I remember her
Hmm.
playing. So like that kind of influences a lot of my vocal and my writing. Like the things that I write when I originally started, I started with things that I liked, and what I liked was those old songs that my mom used to play. So I would use their chords and write things like "The Bitter End" was like a chord progression that I found in I think a Sarah Evans song. It was
Yep.
I Could Not Ask for More. I think it was that one. But I just really loved that song, and I loved all the chords she used. And I was learning guitar for the first time, so a lot of it was based on like, okay, what can I play? So it was kind of a lot of different things that all came together to influence me in lots of different ways. So I think I was really limited though by the amount of like actual guitar that I could play. So my writing was really strictly based on what was easy for me at the time, and it's gotten easier and easier the more that I write. So
Hmm.
I feel like I'm starting to come up with what my sound is over this time. Um, so yeah, I've just been writing, and I feel like I'm not really like trying to fit a certain style. I'm just writing what feels natural to me. And what I love is that like I've been finding that a lot of my songs kind of are a little similar in some ways, not in like every single way, like they're all very different, but I feel like they have something that unifies them. And I don't know what that is, but I feel it. I can hear it
Yeah,
to them.
absolutely. I would 100% agree to that. They all have like different styles that are integrated into what they are, but they're all very much Lexie Modica. And you hear that with everything as well too. And it's funny because some of it, the different genres that I mentioned and different styles that I mentioned, they all still kind of all trickle into every single song as well too. For instance, Faces in the Sun is the one that has more of the like like 50s, 60s like swing rock feel, but you also kind of hear a little bit of that feel in Honey Lavender Mint as well too.
Yeah.
And with The Bitter End, there's a little bit of that folk presence of home as well too. So there's these genres, they're all relative, and I think it's because it's your style, your sound pulling from different inspirations, but it's still all Lexi Modica. And so yeah, I could absolutely agree to that. They may come from different places, but they're still your music, and your music has like this gravitational pull from all of those influences. I really enjoy it. I think it's great, and I do think it, you know, gives a variety to your music. It's cool. So outside of music, what do you typically like to do? What's a normal day in the life of Lexi Modica?
Oh gosh, I feel like it's hard for me to even say. This month has been so like consumed by music for me that I feel like I am so boring.
There
Like
is no life outside of music. That sounds
I do have
amazing.
things I do. I promise I have a life and I have other things I do in my life. Like I like to sew. I sewed these onto my like
Oh, nice. Yeah,
it's
I
something that
love
I'm
it.
learning more of is customizing clothing is something I really want to get better at. I've been learning to this is another music thing, but I've been wanting to learn how to produce. It's something that I've been working on privately.
Hmm.
I'm doing some videos, but I'm waiting until I have something good to actually share before I start being too like I don't know, too out there with it. What else do I do? I I work a lot. I work at a daycare, so I've been spending a lot of time thinking about like thinking about like children and how to like and parenting skills and things like that. I feel like my Instagram feed is like all just like parenting videos for some reason because I'm at work and I'm just like, how do I get this kid to listen to me? And then like my phone hears that and is like, here's how you can do that. I feel like that's a lot of my Instagram feed right now, but that is not like a specific hobby of mine. That's just like a job that I have.
It's the work.
I
It's
know, yeah, the work has overcome my life. But I don't know. I feel like I'm the type of person to have like a lot of different hobbies that I like go like in and out of. So I don't
Hmm.
really think I have anything that I do like all the time, but I just have like different phases of things. So right now I'm liking like sewing or, doing kind of like fashion stuff. But I've been doing a lot of art recently as I make some more merch for myself. So I've been like working on making my own kind of merch items. I got a button maker so I can make my
Oh,
own
right
little
on.
pins
Yeah.
to wear. And I've been like making t-shirts and things like that with like vinyl iron on things. So I've been trying to be more creative in my day-to-day life.
Yeah. That's cool. I like the idea of doing the customized merchandise. That's really neat. Like with your own art and everything. That's really cool. That's a good
Mhm.
idea. So are you a dog or a cat person?
Definitely a dog person. I have two dogs in my house right now. And I have had cats before and I do like cats, but
Hmm.
I think dogs are definitely more similar to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably along the same lines. When I was younger, growing up, still living in my parents' house, my mom is 100% a cat person. She also likes dogs, but she's honestly an animal lover altogether, but she is very much a cat person. And so cats hold a very special place in my heart, but I've always been very connected to loving dogs and everything. So I feel you on that.
Yeah, and I know I'm
Um,
not a cat person because my sister has three cats, and I'm not like I don't
yeah,
really as much.
yeah,
I think maybe
that's
one cat would be good.
yeah, maybe. My wife is allergic to cats now, so that gives me an excuse to not own one because they can be assholes. Like that's the thing. That's the love-hate relationship with cats. That
That's what people like about them is that they
yeah,
can be
exactly.
they'll like you if you're their owner, and they don't
Hmm.
like other people. If they
They're independent. Like
yeah.
you might not see them for a couple of days because that's the way they want it. Just that's kind of the thing. But they are great and they do have their own great moments. You're absolutely right there. So back to your music, we've talked about the singles that you've released. You've released some fantastic singles. We're at four now. On September 5th will be a fifth single. Can we expect any type of like multi-track or album EP release in the near future? Is there anything that you have that you might be willing to disclose to the audience?
Yeah, I think I can tell you a little bit about it. So
Uh-oh.
a little bit.
Oh,
I
snap.
gotta train myself.
Breaking news.
I do have plans for hopefully a full album in the next year. I have some stuff that I'm working on. Nothing is too far done yet, so I can't really say exactly what's going to happen, but I have a couple more songs that I want to get recorded soon. If you're looking forward to like which one is like kind of the main single of it, it's one that I've posted. Um, and it's one that I did during my Pride show this year. So if you went to my
Okay.
Pride show, you will have already heard the song that's going to be coming out. But I think that's a pretty big spoiler. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
snap.
kind
Big
of leave it
spoiler.
at that.
Gonna go file through those live performances now. Everybody check out TikTok. Everybody check out Instagram. Find it. We're gonna do a poll and guess which one is gonna be the
That's which
single
one
for the
it
album.
is.
Awesome. So this is gonna be like an LP, like a full length album, or is it gonna be like a shorter
I'm
deal?
hoping I'm hoping with the amount that I can get done that it will be a full album. I really like the line between LP and full album is like kind of a little bit
Yeah.
hard to tell either. I'm gonna go for maybe 10 or more songs, hopefully, is
Oh
what
snap.
I'm hoping to have. Not new
That'll
songs.
make it. Yeah, that'll definitely
Altogether,
make
I'm
it.
hoping it'll be about 10 songs or more. So we'll see how many I actually get to. But that's the dream.
I don't know if this will be too telling or what, but I don't want to. I don't want you to give out too much information. So if you can't answer this, that's perfectly fine. But are you planning on like maybe a physical release for the album, or is it just going to be digital like your singles?
I would love to do a physical release. That's something that I've always like felt that I'm lacking, is that like when I have my merch out on a table, I don't have any like CDs or anything. Cause like with
Mhm.
one single, I'm like, I don't want to make a whole CD for this single. So I
Yeah,
don't know if people do that. It feels like a little bit too much just for have one CD with one song on it. So I've been waiting to have something a little bigger that I can put onto like a CD or like an LP or just something or like a
yeah,
cassette even. So I really hope to do some physical stuff for this one, I think.
that'll be cool. And it'll kind of, it'll have a physical landing spot for all this great music that you have. And you already know that I'll be buying one and I'll be requesting a signed copy. I've got a huge collection that my wife is begging me to find a home for right now. So
Actually, yeah,
I
I should just make a like a CD cabinet for you as my merch, and
that would be
I'll
incredible.
sell that to you instead.
I need a record because most of what I have are the vinyls. So
Yeah.
I
Oh
need a
yeah,
record.
yeah. Okay,
That
I'll
might
have
be
to
too
make
big of an ask,
a
though.
record. Yeah, I think it'd be so cool as like merch to get like make like CD players or make like a cassette deck or something that people can
Oh
actually
yeah,
play their things on with my
yeah,
name on
that
it.
would be really
Like,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be so sick. I don't know how expensive
that'd be
those
original.
that
That'd
I
be
know
original.
you got to come up with things that people will actually use. Like if you have a studio
Exactly.
and you don't have a CD player, what are you gonna do?
That's amazing. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. You better run to the patent office for that one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So all right, so that sounds like we've got a plan for upcoming releases. What about, as you're a very active live performer as well, do you have any plans that you're able to slash willing to discuss with regards to live performances coming up?
Yeah, so I have a lot of live performances. They're all listed on my website right now. I actually went in a couple days ago and like made sure that all the September ones are in there. So they are all in there. I think I'm missing maybe like one or two that aren't like finalized, but I have most of them should be in that on that list. So if you go to lexiemodica.com, and
Right
my name
there.
is spelled in the corner somewhere, I hope.
Yep,
um,
we'll put that lexiemodica.com.
lexiemodica.com.
It'll be there. Yep.
Yeah, it's mostly just for my upcoming performances. I have some like other things on there, like photos and videos, but I don't update those as regularly as the performances like list
Mhm.
itself. Most important to me. So if you're looking for any shows and you're in the Minneapolis area, like they're all listed there. But what was I talking about? Oh, I have the shows I have coming up. The ones that I think are the most important. Not that not all of them are important. They're all very important to me. But I on September 5th, the day that my song "Bite the Apple" is coming out, I'm gonna have a live stream performance, which is something new for me that I haven't tried so far. So I'm not sure how it'll be received, but we'll.
That's cool.
I
Yeah,
know
that's
I'm,
really cool.
I'm hoping it does well, and then maybe I'll do some more in the future for people that are not in the cities that want to watch me play. They'll be able to tune in and watch my band. I'm gonna have them at my house, like outside somewhere,
Yeah.
and we're gonna
So
set up.
it's going to be a full band performance live streaming. That is
Yeah,
awesome. That's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So I'm hoping that'll be really cool. I haven't decided on the platform yet. I think maybe I should do a poll of like which platform would you be most likely to
There you
tune
go.
in.
Hey, tell us which one should Lexi do?
Yes.
Which platform? Tell
Yeah,
us.
I
Tell
can
us in
do
the
like
comments.
yeah, so like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, like I could do any of those. I don't know if I'm missing one now, but like all of those would be pretty easy for me to do. So
Yeah.
I could get like multiple phones of my family members and try to record it all separately on different things. That might be getting a little too complicated. So I'd like to stick with maybe one. Just
Yeah. That's
but
really cool.
so that'll be the actual day of release. And there'll be plenty more stuff like content and stuff coming out around that time as well because I'm gonna try to push this song as well, hopefully. Um, I have a show the day before that as well. That's with Caitlin Cassidy. She's having an album release show that I'm playing at, so I'm doing that one, and then I'm
Awesome. On September 4th. Yeah.
September
Where
4th.
is that going to be played?
That one
Where's
is going to be at the Cedar Cultural Center, which is a very large auditorium kind of space in Minneapolis. I'm
awesome.
really excited
Okay.
about. I actually have a list.
Minneapolis folks, check
I have a
that
list
out.
of like of there's a list of The Current, which is like one of our local radio stations that's really big, that has like the local venues and their capacity. And the Cedar Cultural Center is currently the biggest space I will have ever performed at. So I'm really excited for that.
Oh,
Um,
that's fantastic.
I think it fits like upwards of 600 people.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
that's pretty big for me. I'm hoping to fill it out. I don't have any expectations, but we're gonna try our best.
Hey, you know what? If you live in Minneapolis and you have the opportunity to see this show, you better jump on it. Nothing beats live music, guys.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
I really hope.
absolutely.
Like, if you have you seen that TikTok that's like, I had a show and nobody showed up, and
Yeah.
it's just like, every time I have a show, I'm like waiting for that to happen because it does happen. Like I've heard my friends say like it happens every once in a while where just
You know,
nobody shows up.
I haven't played live in a long time. It's been at least like 15 years, I'd say, like
Mhm.
since I've been on a stage playing for an audience. And in the early, like in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, I was in a band that had some pretty good success here in Nashville. And even as notorious as we were for a band, we were getting a lot of attention from different people and different companies, things like that. Even with that, though, there were shows that it was like, God, please, can we get more than five people here? And we'd have like the owners of the venues would just be looking at us like, what's going on? Because they get, if you don't bring people there, they get kind of upset. There was one show in particular. We used to play at this venue in Nashville. It was called The End, and I think it actually is still there. But there was a band a from the 2000s that was actually pretty big. They were called the Pink Spiders, and he heard us one time, and after he heard us, he was like, "Let me know when you guys are playing." And he told the owner of the End as well too, like, "Let me know when these guys are playing. I want to come see him." And he proceeded to come to every single show we played. And the Pink Spiders, they were big. They were a big deal in the mid 2000s. And yet this guy was coming to our shows all the time. There was one time that he was like the only person there, but he was sitting at the bar listening to us play. So I think some of the problem can be like oversaturation of your market. If you play, like, I think what we ended up doing, we played Nashville way too many times because we're from Nashville, and so we were just constantly just book shows in Nashville, and people kind of got tired of going to see us all the time, but they would still come back for like bigger shows and things like that. But yeah, it's I can imagine in today's age with live music, it's even harder because I think there's just a very competitive market for independent musicians now. But
Yeah.
I hope that you don't ever have that experience because um it's a tough one it's a tough one to deal with. But if you do ever encounter that, play for those two people just the same as you would play for 2000 because they'll not forget it you know
That reminded me of that actually did happen to me one time where I went to a show and it was me and my friend were like the two artists on the set, and I got there and I was like, I've been so busy this week, I haven't had any time to like invite anybody to the show. And she was like, oh, me neither. And we got there and there was nobody there except for like this one elderly couple that was eating lunch there because it was a breakfast kind of place or like a cafe. And so we played the show for them and they talked to us after and they loved it. They were like going to see another show later in the day and they just happened to stop in and get some wings, and there we
amazing.
were and they loved
Yep.
it, and they were really happy with our performance. And I thought we did the best that we've ever done that day, honestly. So you got to come
That's
out to every show because
yep,
I might do better than I did the day that you came to see me the day before.
exactly. Like if there's only two people at your show, make sure you give them the best performance you get because you never know who those two people might be. They might
Exactly.
be the people you need to be performing in front of.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So your help supporting for an album release on September 4th, and then you got the live stream on September 5th. Are there any other big shows you want to talk about?
Yes, so I have a bunch of shows in September, but I think the one that I want to advertise the most is September 13th. I have I actually just booked this, so I'm really excited about it. We're going to be playing at an apple orchard in
Amazing.
Hastings, Minnesota. So if you're coming down to Hastings, it's a little bit far from the cities, but I think it's worth it enough to go. Like, it's free to get in. You can pick some apples. You can watch some live music. The vibes are gonna be immaculate. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. How many times can you say that you got to see a live show at an apple orchard for the release of a song called Bite the Apple? It's
Exactly.
just like brain everywhere. Good Lord, that's
No,
amazing.
I'm so excited about it. Actually, my guitarist is the one that recommended it. She was like, "Did you call any apple orchards for this song? Because like that would be so crazy."
Oh,
And I was like, "That's a great idea." And
genius idea.
I emailed like every apple orchard in Minnesota. I feel like I did. I probably didn't, but but I emailed like, like 5 or 6 different apple orchards, and this they were the ones that got back to me, and they were really nice, and they invited me to have a tour. I went today and had a tour of the apple
Oh,
orchard,
nice.
and they gave me a free bag of apples. It was so nice.
What? That's awesome.
I have to bring as many people as I can to this show now because they were so lovely to me, and I want to bring people to their orchard. It's one of those it's like a really small orchard, but they have like a lot of apples. Like, they sell their
Mhm.
apples to a lot of different companies or a lot of different grocery stores and stuff, but like they're not like the busiest. Like, there's other orchards that are more like popular for visiting, but this one I
Mhm.
feel like it's like a hidden gem where like
Yeah.
it's really like it's a nice kind of chill place to go, and it has the whole experience, and it feels much more like cozy rather than going to like a really big place. So I'm
Yeah.
actually like, after seeing it, I'm really excited about it because I feel like it's going to be perfect, and they have like a
Yeah, that'll it
and
sounds
everything.
like it'll have a nice little intimate setting and aesthetic for a cool concert. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's going to be a really
That's
good time.
that's gonna be a memorable show. Like,
Yeah.
that's really cool. So and you mentioned so you have a lot of Minneapolis shows. Do you have any plans for in the future for like touring or playing outside of Minnesota, Minneapolis at all?
Yeah, that's something that I've been really wanting to do for a long time now, is plan like a tour. And I've been thinking about it. Like, I've been looking at different venues and different locations to see like where I could get like what my problem is that I have to like set it out. So like, I'm not like a tour manager or anything. Like, I've never done this before, and I don't have anybody
Yeah.
to help me with it. So I'm really just kind of going into this like blind. But it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I want to know more about like where people are and where they would like to see me play. So like that's something that I want to collect more information on, of like, where do you want me to go? Because I want to be kind of intentional about it and not just go to the big places. Because what if I go somewhere and nobody's ever heard me? I'd rather go somewhere like small that like somebody is going to come see me play than go
Yeah.
where like it's just another artist coming to visit,
Have a chance to like perform in front of people who are familiar with your music but not in the Minnesota area. That's
Yeah.
smart.
I've
Yeah.
done I've done a show in Wisconsin before, and that went pretty well. It was like I think it was at like the University of Wisconsin, like around that
Oh,
campus.
okay.
There's a lot of college students there, and that was really fun. I actually really enjoyed the whole like tour because it wasn't that far away, but it was like maybe like an hour or two away. But that
Hmm.
was a really enjoyable experience. But if we're gonna do this, we gotta get the plan set up so it's like in a in a
Strategic.
normal
Yeah. It-
strategic pattern, because like I am planning to drive it. I don't know if I would fly unless it's somewhere.
oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to drive if I can.
I mean, Minneapolis, you're not horribly far from Chicago, are you?
No, I that's something I wanted to do, is play. I want to play in Chicago, and I need some recommendations for venues in Chicago because there's a lot of
Yeah.
different places, and I don't know what the vibes are. What I should do is just go down for a weekend or something and do some open mics and see what people have to say, because that's actually pretty doable for me. But I want to
Yeah.
get like a Midwest kind of thing going.
Yeah, that would be
Maybe
cool.
some East Coast because it's pretty easy. Like, once you're around like Ohio, it's pretty easy to just like get over to everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah, so I have to like I have to put a lot of planning into that, and it's something I really want to do. But I think that might be like an after the album comes out kind of thing, is what I'm thinking.
That'd be a great way to kind of promote the album. And then
Yeah.
if you have a physical release, you can maybe find some new fans and hook them up with your music. That'd be awesome.
Yes, I would love to do that. I'm really so excited. I'm so grateful for anybody that listens to my music, honestly. Like if I went to a show and somebody was like, "I just found your music, you're so awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, please take a free sticker." Like I'm so
Here's a
like,
button.
like I know people like are supposed to buy it from me, but I'm like, "Here, take this." Like I want to give it to
Hey,
people that deserve it. Like I don't want to make them pay for it. But I do need to
absolutely.
make money. But I
Absolutely. Well, I think you've got a great foundation to do some very successful things. It's not an easy job being an independent artist, but you're doing all the things correctly. So I'm really excited for everything that you've got coming up, the shows, the album. I can't wait to hear the album. Can't wait to hear Bite the Apple this Friday, September 5th. So excited. We have been speaking with Lexie Modica, a fantastic artist from Minneapolis, Minnesota. She has a brand new song, Bite the Apple, coming out Friday, September 5th. She's going to be live streaming on Friday to celebrate this release. Lexie, you have been an absolute pleasure. I love your music. I can't wait to hear what you have in store for us in the future. Thank you so much for sharing so much today. And we really look forward to hearing Bite the Apple on Friday, as well as what you have coming up. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It's been so nice talking to you about this. I've been really wanting to meet with you and talk to you because I feel like
Absolutely.
I've read what you've had to say about my music before, but I was really looking forward to this interview. And I'm also really looking forward to hearing what you have to say about Bite the Apple when it comes out too. So I'll be looking forward to that.
You know I'll be posting about it, so definitely stay tuned. Um, Guys, this has been Lexie. This has been a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for tuning in to listen, and make sure that you stream Bite the Apple on Friday, September 5th. That's all I get. You know what to do. Go press play.